Welcome to the Homegrown Haven. There's a few generations of us living here, all under one roof. Well, mostly. We are renovating our 3-bedroom bungalow, room by room, and learning as we go. We've just finished building an annex out the side of the bungalow, which is now home to my grandma. It's given her space, independence, and still keeps her right at the heart of everything we're doing here. And then there's the land, about an acre that we're turning into a proper kitchen garden. The goal is simple: grow more of our own food, waste less, and figure things out as we go. It's not always smooth, and it's definitely not for everyone, but it works for us. If you're into renovations, gardening, or just curious about a different way of living, you're in the right place.
And welcome back to another week of the Homegrown Haven. I have two important things to say today. Firstly, you find me stood in front of a great big pile of steaming horse muck. I'm thrilled. Our neighbour directly opposite over the road is a farmer, and for some time now I've been wanting to go over and speak to him and say if he had any muck. Anyway, conditions conspired and we got in touch, and he brought a machine round with a bucket on and dropped this off. And I said to him when I went over to thank him, I said, I'll take anything you got. He said, be careful what you wish for. I have 20,000 tonnes of chicken, sheep, horse and cow muck. How much do you want? So this is the start. Yeah, maybe in the future he'll bring some more, but I'm very grateful. The second thing is, and it's very obvious, if you're watching this, I've managed to upload a video without any assistance. I mean, that's not true. Carl showed me last night how to do it, but we'll see. But if it's on YouTube, I've succeeded, and I'll be very pleased about that. It means our channel can continue unabated. So welcome along to another week in our little piece of YouTube paradise. Well, that's a couple of hours later. There might be more than a couple actually. And the big pile is gone. So where have I put it? Well, the majority of the muck went in these 3 bays. These small compost bays were built for 2 reasons. Firstly and primarily water collection, and secondly to store material for composting that I wasn't ready to put in the main bays. So it's fulfilling its requirement, but there was more left after I'd filled those. Well, the rest of it went in the main compost bays. So I've added some to the working bay, and I'm going to tip that in the next couple of weeks into there once I've removed the cardboard, and that will mix in green and brown, and the remainder is in here sitting on its own, and I will use that to mix into the main bay as and when I need brown material. So really lucky to have had that stuff delivered. I'm hoping he'll bring me some more, and when he does, it'll be interesting to see how many bays it fills up. But I'm thrilled to bits with that delivery. Thank you to the farmer. Oh, we've reached another milestone in the vegetable growing calendar. I have my first crop of runner beans, hopefully. And I'm going to take these up to my mum because she loves runner beans. And that made me think. I think runner beans are a little bit out of fashion. I don't think anyone under the age of 40 eats runner beans. Do you? Hands up if you eat runner beans. I think it's a generational thing. I think going back to my granddad's time, when everybody grew the food they wanted to eat, runner beans are easy to grow, they're a reliable crop, they're full of goodness, you know, it's a no-brainer. But I think nowadays people turn their noses up, and I think it's a shame because I love runner beans. I suppose it's because my mum grew them and cooked them that I ate them, and I love them. Oh, there's a whopper, said the art mistress to the gardener. I was a gardener for 16 years. I never met an art mistress. What a shame. But yeah, it's only going to be a very small picking, but it's noticeable because, you know, it's just like when I've picked the first strawberry of the year and the first blueberry, the first courgette. They are significant moments. I think that's probably enough. I'm not a fan of little and often. You know, don't think I've ever seen anybody on YouTube who's got an allotment or grows their own vegetables, who has an attractive, thriving allotment, who works by the principle of do a little and do it often. The ones I like, these people are dedicated and do a lot of work all the time. Just an observation, but yeah. Oh, there's another one. I think my mum will be thrilled with them. Yeah, that'll do. Nice little picking for one. Lovely. First of the year. Shaping up to be another stinking hot day. And while I'm in the picking mood, ooh, that's a whopper. It's forked. Never mind. Oh, the smell, that is fantastic. Oh, yeah. I think in time, every year, I will add a bit more sand, and then slowly but surely, I'll get less forking. But I'm picking these for Cheryl to freeze. Yeah. Bit disappointing because they're not aesthetically good to look at. But when you're chopping them up, blanching them and freezing them, oh, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. These are going in the freezer for the winter. I'm thrilled with that. No carrot root fly damage. A little bit of forking and one there's a split, but I'll get something out of that. Happy with that. Right, these are pea terrain. Hadn't come across them before. You can sow them as late as July, which I've done. 4 lots, and they've all come up, germinated very quickly. They're growing well, and they're going in. Not the easiest access. This hot weather's not good for peas. Peas don't like this hot weather. That's my understanding of it. But we're going to give it a go. They've got 2 choices. And we'll see how we get on. And a late crop of peas would be very welcome. So pea terrain. Oh, water them in and then go again. Lots of water. Right, these are slightly longer gutters. I'm getting nervous. Right. Let's see how we get on. Got nowhere to put my feet now. This has got disaster written all over it. Oh. Well, I don't know. Don't speak too soon. Oh yeah, see? Fell at the last hurdle. Still, that's not a disaster. That's not too bad at all, actually. P terrain. Sown on the 30th of June. Very happy with that. Right, one more to do. I won't bore you with it. It's a few days later. I'm back on the garden kitchen project, and the subframe, wooden subframe, is now complete. It was a very long day yesterday, cutting, measuring, sawing, screwing in. But anyway, it's done. And one of my neighbours suggested that there's some tiny little gaps where it isn't quite perfect, and he said use expanding foam. It'll go into those gaps, set hard, and then it binds the whole thing together. So that's what I'm doing. It's an oddly satisfying job, but I'm going around filling them all, and it's setting hard. What a clever piece of skills-based knowledge. And that's the key. Carl and I, we're doing our best with this. Carl is now in the Falklands, settled in and working. Hope you're well, Carl. Thanks for leaving me with this. So yeah, that knowledge, I'm really appreciative of our neighbour that he passed that on. And then later today, I'm hoping a tin of black bitumen primer paint turns up. Then I've got to paint all of this timber. Oh. Now that serves two purposes. One, it's waterproof paint. It's meant for wood and other surfaces, so it will waterproof this and hopefully lengthen its life. But the real reason I'm doing it is because even though it's only a 3mm gap between the decking pieces, apparently, if you look carefully, you can see this timber through it. And it just doesn't look right. But if you paint it black, it sort of disappears. So I'm not looking forward to that job. That's got to be at least a day or maybe 2 days work. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the composite decking turns up today between 7 AM and 8 PM. So I've got my phone on me. That's going to be interesting, getting it down our little lane. Anyway, I've got to carry on with this. And if the paint turns up, I'll show you what I'm doing. Well, I have a problem, and it's a nice problem to have. I've worked so hard to make sure I have replacement crops ready for gaps that there are no gaps, and I've got lots of replacement crops, and this is celery. Now, if you were lucky enough to follow my allotment channel many years ago, you'll know I've never had any luck. I've tried all sorts of different methods, nothing has ever worked. I've never cropped celery. I don't expect it to be any different this time round, but I've got twice as many as these. I've got nowhere to put them. But I've just taken some lettuce out of the fruit cage that had bolted, and I'm going to put it in there. That does provide a certain amount of protection, of course. Although I found a blackbird in the fruit cage this morning gorging himself on blueberries. He'd eaten so many he could barely fly to get out of the cage. But these are going in the fruit cage. Right, actually I've made an executive decision. These strawberries have not performed, and I need space for the celery. So I've pulled out some of the strawberries. I'm going to empty this bed and I'm going to buy some bare root strawberry plants in the autumn. But that's the celery in now. There's a rogue little gem lettuce with them, but we shall see. I mean, I haven't had that much slug damage on the strawberries in these beds. I don't think they've found them very much yet, so I'm cautiously optimistic, as I am every time I fail with celery. We shall see. Every day I come in the greenhouse and have a look, and it's always exciting. I have peppers forming. Obviously I've got lots of tomatoes. I'm waiting for the tomatoes to go red. It's odd. The beefsteak tomatoes are forming. We're not short of cucumbers. But it's been a long time waiting for these tomatoes to do anything. And I've come in this morning, and do you see that slight pinkish blush on that one tomato? I think I might be about to be inundated. 2 more cucumber plants on the end there, not producing yet, but there are some very small cucumbers forming, and then more peppers, basil and tomatoes. But that's not all of them. No, outside, swaying in the breeze, I have 24 crimson plum tomato plants groaning under the weight of a very handsome, hopeful crop. And again, I think I can see a very slight change of colour. Things to come. My good lady Cheryl is the Homegrown Haven's chief deadheader. She goes round every day, very, very patiently and fastidiously cutting off the flowers, and these sweet peas were about to be pulled out. One obelisk already has, because they've just finished, but she's stuck to it, and they've got a sort of a second flush. So we've decided to stay their execution, because I think they're still worth it. So well done, Cheryl. Well, the next big development for the decking area has arrived. Very efficient delivery. Very happy with it. Just got to get it laid now, but I've got to paint that subframe first. So we're waiting on a tin of bitumen paint. Well, in a previous episode you saw me harvest, in fact it was Carl and I harvesting some of these Charlotte potatoes, and I think I've got to the point now where none of the potatoes we harvested had any slug damage or any real significant damage at all. So I think I'm gonna pull all these potatoes up, clean them, dry them and store them in the shed for the months ahead, because the longer I leave them in the ground, the more risk there is of damage. This could take a while, so leave me with it.
It's a big day today. George is going from a cot to a bed, and we thought we would document it because we haven't had any changes happen in the house for quite some time, and this is quite significant. I'm very excited about it. Dad, I don't think, is quite as excited because he's seen how many bits there are to put this bed together, because it's a single bed but then it has a slide out extra single bed, so there's a lot of mechanics, isn't there, Dad, that we're seeing now.
I did say in the garden about the garden kitchen, thanks for leaving me with this, Carl. So again, Carl, thanks.
Yeah, it's all going to be Carl's fault for the next 4 months. But yeah, we've got everything out, so we're going to set it up and show you what it looks like when it's finished. But the bed, it's a green gingham, so I think it will look really nice in here. And and it's from Posy and Pen, so not a company that I've ordered from before, but they do really lovely children's furniture, so let's see how this goes.
Let's hope they do really good instructions.
You can't help it if the person reading them doesn't know what they're doing.
And he doesn't.
You film it just in case it does.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to go bang and go up to full size.
Like a mattress when it pings. No, it's just doing it slowly. Sorry to disappoint.
Oh, they're individual cushions.
Yeah.
Gutted.
But yeah,
Well, they are expanding already.
yeah, it says it takes them 12 to 24 hours to fully expand, so...
I'll put those in your room out the way.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just pop them on the bed. So I thought it was important to capture this. You know, he's very skilled in the garden, and there's not a lot he doesn't know out there. However, putting furniture together...
Give me a child's bed and I'm a confused man. Jesus.
No patience has been lost yet,
It's early days.
but I am here for backup. You've got this, Dad.
I'm not convinced.
He's been bent over like this for about 5 minutes. He hasn't really done that much yet.
I'm not reading, my back's gone. Right, no, I know what I'm doing.
Even the giraffe's looking in the corner because he's like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah. Oh, dear me.
Says safety first.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Can't read what else it says.
It's liable to explode.
Oh, I thought it was going to go down.
Crikey.
All is good.
First thing to be said is Charlotte's very pleased and relieved that the mattresses she ordered are singles. Well, this would have been a tight squeeze.
I think I've put that one upside down, haven't I?
Oh, I don't know.
The mattress looks different to that one, look.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Try that again.
It's a clever idea because the second mattress, although it won't get used often, will come in handy. So if Lexi is watching in Canada, when you come to visit next month, Lexi, you can see where your bed is. You'll be sleeping. We won't push it back in with you on it. So, are you pleased?
I am really pleased.
Yeah, it looks good.
Great. Now for my bit where I dress it to make it look
Yes,
pretty.
yeah. My work is done here.
Prettier, yeah.
Excellent.
Ah, good job.
Well, that's taken a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Right, I'll leave it to you.
thanks.
What do you think of that, George?
It's a bed.
That's a big bed.
It's a big bed.
Is it a big boy bed?
Big boy bed.
Do you love it?
Well, that concludes another week at the Homegrown Haven. Thanks for watching as always. Thanks to all those who leave the lovely comments and have been following us right the way from the start. Welcome to anyone who's joined us recently. We've had a few new subscribers. Nice to see something happening in the house. We haven't done that for a while. And it'll be interesting to see how George gets on with his bed. I'll let you know. But here in the garden, it's going very well. I'm fed up with the hot weather now, the amount of watering I'm having to do. And I'm now waiting for this bitumen paint, and I can't go any further till I get that with the garden kitchen. not looking forward to laying the deck in. And I've got to cut round those pergola posts. Not quite sure how I do that, but as always, I will have a look at it and hopefully overcome. So look forward to that next week, I guess. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. Have a great week. Bye for now.